The sun was beginning to set as the villagers gathered at the feet of the ancient mountain. An old man with a calm, weathered face sat cross-legged before them. He was a Zen practitioner, a master known for his wisdom, and today he had promised to share a story that had been passed down through generations. As the people gathered around him, the old man smiled and nodded gently, signaling the start of his tale.
Let's begin the story of the mirror that reflects what you fear most, where an ancient Zen master shares a tale of a traveler who confronts his deepest fears. Will he find peace or remain lost? What's to uncover the truth? Many years ago, the old man began. A weary traveler found himself lost in the wilderness. He had wandered for days, with no sense of direction, consumed by his doubts and fears. As night fell, he stumbled upon a hidden temple, nestled between the trees, its entrance illuminated by the soft glow of lanterns. The traveler, desperate for guidance, entered the temple. Inside, he found a wise monk sitting in meditation, surrounded by the serene stillness of the space. "I am lost," the traveler said, his voice trembling. "I do not know who I am or where I am going." The monk looked at him calmly and replied, "In this temple, there is a mirror that reveals the truth. Go and look into it, and you will find what you seek." The old man paused, his eyes scanning the listeners before continuing. Curious and eager for answers, the traveler followed the monk's directions. He entered a small, dimly lit room where an ancient mirror hung on the wall. As he stepped closer, he peered into the mirror, expecting to see his reflection. But what he saw was not himself, it was a shadowy figure, cloaked in darkness, with a face contorted in anger and fear. The traveler recoiled, horrified by the image. "This is not me," he cried, stumbling backward. "This cannot be the truth." The monk appeared at the doorway, watching silently. "That which you saw is what lies within," the monk said. "It is the reflection of your inner fears, doubts, and the anger you carry. You are running from yourself." The old man's voice grew softer as he continued. The traveler, unable to accept what he had seen, fell to his knees in despair. He had expected to find clarity, but instead, he was confronted with the very things he had spent his life avoiding. "How can I be free of this?" he asked the monk. The monk smiled kindly. "The mirror does not lie, but it does not define you either. You must face the reflection with acceptance, not fear. Only then will you see beyond it." The traveler spent days meditating in front of the mirror, facing his shadow over and over. At first, the fear was overwhelming, but with time, he began to understand. He had spent so long denying his darker feelings that they had grown monstrous. But as he acknowledged them, the shadow in the mirror grew smaller, less menacing. The old man paused, his gaze far away, as if lost in the memory of the story. On the final day, the traveler looked into the mirror once more. This time, the shadow was gone. In its place, he saw his true reflection, clear, peaceful, and unburdened. The mirror had not changed, he had. By facing his inner turmoil, he had freed himself from the chains of denial and fear. The monk appeared once more and said, "The truth within is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. Only when you see yourself fully, can you walk the path of wisdom and peace." The old man smiled as he finished the story. The mirror of inner truth shows us what we fear most, our hidden thoughts, emotions, and weaknesses. But if we have the courage to face our reflection, to accept what lies within, we will find clarity. True peace comes not from avoiding our fears, but from embracing them with an open heart. He nodded at the listeners, leaving them to reflect on the story's message. Thanks for watching, like the video, and subscribe for more videos.